What's up, y'all? This is going to be a reading for the sign of Scorpio. This is a general reading, so take what resonates. I'm going to start with getting the surface level energies, and we'll go from there. What do we have for Scorpio? 8 of Swords. It's crazy because I just did this meant for you reading, and while I've been shuffling these cards for Scorpio, this is the third card that's come up, and all of them have been from the past reading. So if you are seeing this and you haven't seen the meant for you reading, I highly recommend it. I feel like it's going to be very connected to this one because we've had 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and now 8 of Swords. What? Wait, let me check. It's 8 of Pentacles, right? Because if so, that's crazy. That's so many 8s. 8. Can't find it, but I'm almost positive it's 8 of Pentacles. And I didn't even put it together till just now. That's 888. So look out for that angel number, and also it really stands out to me, the number 8 being a symbol of infinity, a symbol of divine connection, infinite connection. And we'll see what comes up in this reading. In the past one, there was a soul connection that came up, which, like, to me, that infinity symbol really ties well with the concept of soul connections, and that it's a connection for infinity. It's beyond this current lifetime. It's beyond this present moment. It's beyond ending up together or whatever human boxes we try to fit a connection into. It's just like so much deeper and beyond what as human beings we're able to really process and conceptualize. So just starting the reading out like that because I can't deny what's coming up. Like, these cards keep popping out, and yeah, 888. That feels really powerful and divine and purposeful. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Justice in reverse, the World, 5 of Wands in reverse, Ace of Cups are all calling to me. Yeah, with the Justice in reverse, it's like something of our past is coming up and calling for reflection, and it's trying to seek a space of balance. You're going through massive self-transformation through this with the World, and it's a very beautiful transformation. I think it's a very flowing, natural transformation. It's not a transformation like the Tower card or something that's really aggressive and like having to uproot a lot and rebuild a lot. This seems more like I said, a natural flow into it. I think you feel really clicked in through this process, and that doesn't mean that it's all rainbows and butterflies. Like, there can be a lot of uncomfortability coming up. There can be a lot of, especially with the 8 of Swords being the first card of the reading, like there may be a lot of self-doubt coming up at this time, a lot of fear, a lot of these brain-based types of habits and ways of thinking that just hold us back from being our ultimate, truest, highest version of ourselves. But I feel like you're really moving your way into that with the 888 and the World card. It's like there's this really, I think you're very divinely connected, and you can feel that at this time. Like, there's really no question about that for you. It's like, it doesn't mean, like I said, that everything's happening super smooth and it's just like only beautiful, but it's like you can feel that whatever is happening, whatever is taking place, it's for your transformation, it's for your highest good. And yeah, with the 5 of Wands in reverse, I feel like in this past energies that you're doing reflection on that are calling for balance, there's maybe been a lot of kind of push and pull, almost chaotic type of energy. Maybe there's been fighting, or maybe it's just been more of like an internal battle, an internal struggle, a push and pull. I'm really getting that push and pull effect. Like maybe it's like, if this is a given, like if this is a specific connection with a specific person, maybe y'all have, it's like when one person is like pulling for it, the other person is pushing away, and vice versa, and y'all just keep going back and forth, and it can't really get to this space of really being on the same wave at the same time, and it's causing a lot of internal struggle, internal conflict. And then we follow with the Ace of Cups, which is just like there's overwhelming love and emotion for this situation. Ace of Cups is a beautiful card, and the way it's coming up right now, it's like our emotions are so beautiful. It's like such a blessing to be able to experience something that makes us feel so deeply and puts us so deep into the realm of this life. And you know, it is so beautiful, but it's also really overwhelming at times, and really overpowering, and it can actually be what causes the disharmony and the imbalance in these types of situations. Like the way this Ace of Cups is coming right now, it feels kind of well, let's go deeper before I talk too much, because it feels very like it's not just one energy with this Ace of Cups. It's like there's a lot to consider here. Seven of Wands in reverse, Ace of Swords, and Knight of Swords in reverse. Very interesting to have the Ace of Cups, and directly on it is the Ace of Swords. Feels to me like it's calling for, it's interesting because definitely with the Eight of Swords, it's like, don't give so much power to the brain, like don't let it lead you too much right now. But the way that this is coming up, it feels like these emotions are so, like the love is bussin', the emotions are so overwhelming that it's calling for a new frame of thinking to kind of balance it, or kind of reel it into a healthier space, a healthier balance, one where you can feel a bit more grounded and in control of yourself and how you're moving. Seven of Wands in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse. With the Seven of Wands, it's an energy of like, I feel like maybe certain emotions of the situation came to you kind of unexpected. Like the person on this card is depicted with two different shoes on. Like it's like he had to just put on whatever was next to him and like go into this battle of sorts. And it's like he wasn't prepared. He wasn't really ready. And also with the Knight of Swords, it's like really fast moving energy that just kind of like comes in, and it's like I wasn't even ready for all that. And I feel like that's the energy behind these emotions you're experiencing. It's like, wow, I didn't even know that this was coming. I don't know exactly how to move through it or what's the best call. And I mean, I'm really thinking, because this reading feels so connected to the one I just did, like I said, with all these cards coming up in the 888. And that one was very much about, like, there was a really explicit call to share communication, to express what you really feel called to. And I feel like that's still valid through this reading. Like, it's not saying that, like, it's like the emotions are so overpowering, and yes, it's calling for a new frame of thinking to kind of like keep it in check, but it doesn't mean you're not expressing your truth. You're not communicating these feelings. You're not, moving with them. You don't want to shut them out or tune them out, or just like let the brain take over and shut you up and say like, no, like you could face rejection if you voice these emotions. You could feel embarrassed afterwards if you share these emotions. Like it's not saying that. It's asking for a more intentional, perhaps I hesitate to use the word logical, but that's kind of how it's coming with like the Ace of Swords. It's like honor your emotions, feel them, and if you're really feeling that call to express them, which I feel like you are, it is within your highest version of yourself to do so, and it is really fundamental to this transformation that you're going through. But it's also like you want to be intentional about how you choose to communicate this, how you choose to share these emotions that you're feeling, because it's like the way they're coming so overwhelming, so bussing, is like you don't want to just vomit all over the other person, like vomit all your emotions without like giving them some direction, some framework, some thoughts, you know? This is something you want to be intentional with, and really take your time with it. Make sure you're doing it how it feels right to you, how it feels most aligned to do so. Okay, interesting. Let's keep going. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, King of Cups. It's just so interesting to me how like I realized the 888 in the beginning, and then we had Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, like two aces come out together, and then we have two fours come out together, followed by a really powerful card, which is the King of Cups, especially like so relevant to the situation. Like I just feel like this reading is on point, bro. Like I just feel like it's really clicked in, and I can see it, I can feel it. But yeah, so Four of Pentacles is giving me a message of like there's about to be new resources made available. There's about to be new insights or information. What, like, resource can be a lot of different things, but it's like something new is about to be provided that is going to bring some sort of light to the situation, bring some sort of clarity, or yeah, like a clearer path forward through this. With Four of Swords, it's like you're really honing your energy at this time. You it's very actively an opportunity for you to really embrace these new mindsets that you've been cultivating to replace this Eight of Swords energy. It's like you see the daggers hovering above you. You see the thoughts that you could latch onto that would make you feel really like embarrassed or scared or really insecure, these types of energies. Like you see how you could take that lens of this. It's right there, and it's almost hovering as a threat, but it's like those aren't there to, like, you have the awareness to see that this is almost like a test of the universe. This is almost like an opportunity to go with the, this is where the Ace of Swords comes in a really healthy way. Like you're utilizing your brain to your advantage to see that, like, it's funny because it's coming from the brain, but you're also using your brain to choose the other thoughts out of intentional thinking, out of wanting to move in a way that is best for you, in the way that you know is going to best serve you. It's like I can see those self-deprecating thoughts, and I'm using this opportunity to choose different, to know that I have the means to stay within myself, to observe these thoughts and let them go through and let them release, and not attach myself to them and not energize them. And by doing this, by having this opportunity to do so, I'm really strengthening my new mindsets. I'm really energizing these new thought patterns, these new habits that I'm forming. And the more that we have these opportunities to do so, even though it feels almost like a trick or like something that's like could be seen as a punishment by the universe or something like that, you're realizing that's not what this is. This is an opportunity for me to really integrate these new thought processes in a way that they're going to become that much more natural to me, because I know that the more I think in higher vibrations, the more that I choose these better serving thoughts intentionally, the more it attracts like-minded thoughts, and the more those higher thoughts are just going to naturally flow to me and become the rotation more than the lesser thoughts, the lower frequency thoughts that are only holding you back. And it's only moving you towards a place of effortlessly thinking higher and only attracting those types of higher thoughts in a way where it's not going to take so much intention, so much effort going forward to choose the higher thought. It's just going to already be there for you. And it's going to feel so clear, so divine and aligned. And it's going to really affect your energy overall to just have a library of better feeling thoughts more accessible and ready for you. And also this church window on the card is really standing out to me, and that like you have support here. You have divine support. I think it's like when you're feeling these lesser thoughts come up, like, is there a friend, is there a person that you can call or talk to and reflect these thoughts to them and say, like, I know I shouldn't be thinking like this, but this is what's coming up for me. And like just being vulnerable with that person, you know that they're gonna help steer you in the right frame of thinking. Don't be scared to lean on these support systems. Sometimes we really need this, and it doesn't make you stronger to just do it alone. It really doesn't. It's like, as human beings, we need community, we need support. Not all the time. There's a lot of things that it's like, you know, when you need to go through something on your own, and you don't need to become codependent like through certain things. And it's not about codependency, it's about taking support where it's needed, where it feels right to do that. And not only just physical people, but you also have, like I said, divine support. You have angels, you have guides, you have source that you can very actively communicate with and ask for guidance, ask for illumination, ask for support. Sometimes it just really takes that explicit invitation, that humble asking for these things to come through spiritually, energetically. And don't underestimate what that divine spiritual support can offer you, because I'm telling you firsthand, it's amazing what it can do for you. And you just need to make that pathway for it. You need to ask for it. And we got King of Cups. It's like this really, the King of Cups is a card of vulnerability, but it's coming from an energy that naturally feels kind of timid or kind of hesitant to really offer their cup. It's difficult for the King of Cups to show up in 100% vulnerability and expression of emotion. It's not really like, King of Cups is an energy that feels really deeply naturally. They have a lot of emotions, but it's not necessarily their natural state to be so sharing of this or to be so vulnerable and an open book with it. And it's a call to really like assess that about yourself and make movements towards vulnerability, towards expression. And like I said, this doesn't mean just like sharing relentlessly. It's reminding me of the octopus card in the animal spirit deck, where it's like the octopus thinks that just to share relentlessly is to be close to someone. And people can fall prey to this and really just like overshare and like give all sorts of energy where they don't necessarily feel called to. They're just doing it, trying to cling on to what they think it means to be close to someone, if that makes sense. And so that's definitely an energy that's coming up with like the Ace of Cups being behind all this. It's like there is so much to be felt here. There is so much busting, so much love and emotion busting, that it's like you really gotta be intentional with it and sit back in your throne as the King of Cups and process it for yourself first, and really digest like how you want to share this, how you want to communicate it, and what feels right, what feels aligned for you. And it doesn't mean you're gonna be able to be in a space where you're completely free of fear when you like. It actually definitely doesn't mean that at all. Like, there probably still will be a lot of uncomfortability with this, a lot of fearful, naturally the brain is going to come up with products, like different outcomes that you will feel scared of, and it will make it hard to be so vulnerable. Like, that's a massive struggle of the King of Cups, but ultimately that's what he feels called to do. Ultimately that's what he is moving towards. So it's just like asking for really intentional balance in honoring your emotions, sharing them, but from a space that feels really clear, really intentional, really in alignment with who you are and what you're about and what you want to say, what you feel called to say. This feels really clear. I'm going to go in with the Priestess of Light Oracle card, and we're going to get a concluding card for the sign of Scorpio. What is our concluding message for the sign of Scorpio? I'm just going to honor this and take both cards. Guide, the illuminated path, divine masculine, electric active power. Bruh, like, this was the concluding card for the last reading that I was talking about, that like, so it feels so connected to that reading. I really suggest listening to that reading if you haven't, the one that's like the meant for you, all signs reading. Like, it's very connected to this one, Scorpio, and this was the concluding card for that as well. We also have guide, the illuminated path. I feel like there's a really specific calling of you right now and a clarity you're stepping into, and it's through this world card, it's through this transformation that you're going through. Like, you're very tuned in right now. Like I said, I think you can feel that. It's like undeniable to you. And trust this path that you're going on. Trust the one that you see and feel illuminated to you, even if it looks uncomfortable, scary, if in the physical realm it doesn't make sense. Like, trust it. It's illuminated for a reason. It's for your highest good. It's for your highest evolution. And this doesn't mean that things are going to go exactly how you hope or wish, but it means that it's going to go in the way that will best serve you, in the way that will evolve you the highest. And divine masculine, electric active power. You have so much power here. There's a lot that is going to be unlocked and initiated through this like call to action that you have at this time. I feel like it's like the action that keeps coming up is like some call to communication or expression of emotions of some kind. It's an action. It's something you're going to have to do. It's something you're going to have to intentionally decide, like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to release this, and you're really being intentional about how you do it. But it's calling on you to do so, to take that action. It is time. It feels right. It is the unlock to this really important transformation you're going through at this time. So honor that, surrender to that, and do it in a way that you are balancing the emotions and the brain through this. You're honoring what you feel, what you experience, and you're doing it, you're releasing it, communicating it in a really intentional way. Alright, that's what I got for you, Scorpio. If these messages resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can shoot me an email. My email is in the description down below. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you.